party started. I want to give a big thanks to Low Country Veterans Experience Team for making today happen. It's a great opportunity for veterans like myself to get our stories out there. You know, it gives us a platform to speak. And to our gracious host, College of Charleston, for this amazing venue. My name is Jerry Weaver. I am an Army vet. I work at the Ralph H. Johnson VA Medical Center. It's always a great day at the RHJ. You can use that. I work in sterile processing. Don't worry, nobody knows what we do until we don't do it. We clean, decontaminate, and sterilize reusable medical equipment. And for you Marines, I'll break it down even lower. We make stuff shiny.
Really?
Back a few months back when they asked me if I wanted to be part of VetTalks, you know, I agreed, and then I didn't hear nothing back, and then a few weeks ago I got a letter, email from Jordan saying we'll be talking about transitioning from active duty to civilian life. And my initial reaction was, are they crazy? I'm like, who would want to hear this guy's story? I struggled from the right out of the gate, right out of ETS and from the Army. I enrolled in Charleston Southern, and I found myself in a classroom surrounded by, you know, people 3-4 years younger than me, and I absolutely struggled. I couldn't focus, I couldn't concentrate. You know, I ended up drinking. I started drinking heavily just to feel normal, and it led me to dropping out of college eventually. After about 6 years of college and burning through my GI Bill and Army College Fund, I had about 60 credits, and that's not good. So, you know, I tried to change. I actually relocated up to New York, you know, to try to find full-time employment, and that didn't work out. Well, actually, it kind of worked out all right, but I still had a drinking problem, and I struggled up there too. And eventually, you know, my problems started to catch up with me. You know, but back to when they asked me to speak. You know, I was like, you know, who wants to hear what I've been through, you know? And then all of a sudden, one morning I woke up, you know, and I realized, you know, I am the guy. I am exactly the guy that needs to be up here speaking. Because people need to know that when we get out of active duty, some of us do struggle. You know, we lose 20 vets a day to suicide. And 2/3 of those vets aren't in any type of VA treatment program. It's sad because, you know, if they're not getting help at the VA, then chances are they're not getting help anywhere else. You know, I've probably been through every, not every, but a bulk of what the VA has to offer. And I originally signed up for the STAR program, which is the Substance Treatment and Recovery Program. You know, I graduated that, and I went to the Compensated Work Therapy Program. You know, and through the training I received there, I was hired full-time as a VA employee, which is amazing because my background was insane. I'm a college dropout, a felon. You know, I was homeless at one point. You know, desperate, godless. You know, and I was at my absolute lowest point in life. You know, I finally had to reach out. I had to find help. So I went to the VA. I came clean about everything, what I've been dealing with, you know, the problems that were going on up here. And, you know, they didn't judge me. They didn't, you know, they're like, sure, come on in. And I did. And that was the best move I probably could have ever made. You know, the U.S. military is the best trained, best equipped fighting force on the planet. You know, we train harder, longer, and smarter than anybody else. We are the defenders of this amazing country that we live in, but the cost of defending that freedom takes a toll out on a lot of us. You know, a lot of us suffer. A lot of us get out of the military thinking everything's going to be, you know, rainbows and tacos, but it's not. You know? We struggle, you know, it's human nature. Like, everyone struggles. It's just not us vets, but you know, it takes a deeper toll on a lot of people. we come home different. You know, we're damaged goods. We don't think the same. We have issues that we may not know about. I wasn't diagnosed with my symptoms until 2014, which was about 20 plus years after I got out. You know, so I dealt with all of that on my own, and I failed. You know, if it wasn't for the VA and Charleston County Drug Court, I probably would be dead or in prison. You know, we carry these unrealistic expectations after we get out, but the truth is, a lot of us that were in the military, we get so conditioned to that lifestyle that we sort of, you know, it takes over our life. You know, it's like I could still fall right back into my military routine and everything would be fine, but coming out and trying to adjust to the civilian world was tough. It was tough. You know, it wasn't, you know, they didn't care about, you know, scoring 200 or 280 on the PT test. They didn't care about stuff like that. No, as long as you can hit 39 out of 40 and run 2 hours and 12 minutes, you're all right. if my platoon runs by you and we smell like a brewer, they didn't care about that. You know? I mean, they expect us to adapt and overcome, but how do we fix what we don't know is broken? Like in my case, you know, 20 plus years of dealing with PTSD, anxiety, depression, and substance abuse disorder, it took its toll out on me, and it nearly broke me. I remember some mornings when I prayed to God that I wouldn't wake up to see the next day. I was just so burnt out on life. And like my friend Chad Logan says, you know, a small mustard seed of faith is all we need. And that's what it took for me. I remember the last few nights that I was out there on the streets, homeless, you know, there was a part of me that was in the back of my head that says, what are you doing? You are better than this. And that's what it took to push me to get help, to actually ask for help. Because, you know, in the military, we are trained to just drive on with the mission no matter what. But, you know, when the mission is inside us and we don't know how to deal with it, how do we cope? You know, a lot of us turn to alcohol, drugs, or just isolate ourselves alone, and it doesn't work. You know, I'm not up here preaching about the VA just because I'm a new employee, but, you know, I know what the VA's done for me. I know it's helped me get better. You know, it's not because, you know, I work there now, but we take pride in helping our vets. You know, we are blessed to have one of the top 5 VAs in the country here in Charleston. It's an amazing place. And when I remember one of my meetings with my commentator work therapy counselor, she was trying to get me to fill out these applications off Craigslist, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna get a job here at the VA. She looked at me like, are you crazy? But you know, it worked out. Asking for help isn't a weakness. I think a lot of us go into our days thinking that, and I know vets, it's extremely hard for us to reach out there and ask for someone. We don't want to admit that we're hurting inside, but you know, you can look at a lot of people and they could be struggling inside. You never know. And that's how I was. People on the outside would look at me and say, oh, you don't have issues or none of that, but you know, it's kind of sad, but it's true. You know, but it's not embarrassing or shameful to admit that we fell down. It's about learning to adapt. Well, I guess adapt and overcome is a good plug. We're getting the help that we need, help that will free us. I cross paths with so many vets at the hospital now through the You're in the STAR program or the homeless program. And you know, I talk to them, I listen to their stories, and a lot of them are there for the right reasons, but a lot of them are there for the wrong reasons. And ones that are there for the right reasons, like Josh, you know, they do good, they excel, they get their life back on track. But I see other ones that are they're in and out the system. I'm like, you've got to want to change. Just till I got 5 minutes, so I got to back. A lot of people that struggle, a lot of people that are in those VA programs, I had one question. I was like, well, if you're not doing it for the right thing, then how's that working out for you? You know, if you're in the STAR program, you're in there for a reason, probably because your life has become unmanageable. If you're in the homeless program, you're probably in there because you lost everything. And if you're in the compensated work therapy program, you are learning to get yourself back on track. So it's about believing that you can do better. I'm trying to get to my last few. And we are always one decision away from a totally different life. You know, it was when I was at my lowest that I finally accepted that I had a problem. I couldn't be in denial anymore, and I changed. You know, it's been amazing. My life is amazing. You know, I want to give big thanks to the VA, especially to the STAR program. My counselors, Lauren, Tyrone, and Mike, they rocked. The CWT program, Stacy and Melinda, Meredith Miller, who's visited me in 3 different county jails, Charleston County Drug Court, Judge Condon for giving me the motivation to change my life. My counselor, John Palmer, and the amazing staff at Drug Court. They're amazing people. Drug courts do work. Vet Court and Judge Coot, thank you for letting me be a part of that and give something back. Coastal Expeditions. They were one of the first groups that I approached at the VA on the outside to do something to try to rebuild my social life, and it was amazing.
Damn it, Jerry.
That's my nickname, damn it, Jerry. 5 minutes into the kayak, I'm over to the whole project, Chad Logan, for showing me the way back to God. My church, Milesville Baptist Church, I love them. And some amazing organizations that I've been fortunate to be part of. DJ Choices, I think they're out of Philly. They came down and they filmed a lot of people's stories. Amazing group. Palmetto Foundation for Prevention and Recovery. They're doing educational classes. They bring in the educational tools to the schools. They're actually doing a preemptive strike on addiction these days. Oxford House, Women of the Hope, for the amazing things they do for our community. MCC, for helping and supporting our vets. I've been there a few times. Carrie Smith. She's my best friend and my soulmate. She's been my rock for the last year. I know I'm a work in progress, but I'm trying to get better. And to the man above, his overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love that he gave me even when I couldn't love myself. Amen. He left the 99 to save me.
Oh.
Thank you.